Yes, happy new month to you wherever you are listening to your Spada Smash 88.1 FM. Time check. If you check your time, is some minutes past the hour of 9. And of course, every time of the day on a Monday like this, what we do is to look at topical issues, to focus our lens on topical issues that affect us as humans and that affect us as a nation, and of course, that affects us as a state. Talking about the state where we are. And of course, what also affects us as a society wherever we find ourselves. And that is why this morning we are focusing our lens on something that is very, very important. And that is why the choice of music you listen to, sometimes when you listen to music, you can actually have a kind of hint of what we are going to be discussing on the program. And that's why this morning, that particular song that you listen to has to do with road accidents and road crashes. And that is exactly what we are focusing our lens on this program this morning, our Smash Lens on Smash 88.1 FM. My name is Sanus Latif, and of course, I'm always your anchor every Monday of the program. And this morning is not going to be different. And as usual, you have the opportunity of being part of the program by dialing the studio line, or you can also go to our Facebook page. Just go to Facebook, type Smash 88.1 FM. You get to see us live in the studio. And most importantly, you have the opportunity of dropping your comments on our Facebook page. You can call on 07069 914 794. 07069 914 794. So this morning we are taking a look at safety on the road. Because we don't want accidents. We don't pray for accidents. So we are actually talking about safety on the road, and that is why this morning we have in the studio one of the agencies that are actually saddled with that responsibility of ensuring safety of safety on the road. I'm talking about the Ogun State Traffic Compliance and Enforcement Corps, that is talking about TRACE. And this morning I have in the studio with me somebody that has been in the business for over a decade. I'm very sure he's been in the business for almost 2 decades now, and he's somebody that has seen it all. When you talk about road safety, safety on the road, and when you talk about ensuring compliance of motorists,
it should be a time of joy. It should be a time of happiness. It should be a time of felicitation with each other after having surmounted the challenges of life and living from January to December. But because of our attitude, our inordinate ambition, our greed, our selfishness, our self-opinionation, you understand, and our inability to plan. Because if you don't plan, you are bound to fail.
all right.
Take, for instance, what you can't achieve from January to August or even September, October, you want to achieve it in just a month or 2 months? How is that possible? That's now where you find a whole lot of helter-skelter here and there, behaving or carrying yourself in a manner that doesn't portray the fact that you are a responsible and you're a reasonable person. All right. So we throw a lot of caution to the wind. At that time, you want to get married, you want to change your car, you want to go to your new house, you want to sell this, you want to sell that. That you can't do for almost 8-9 months. So you want to do it in 2 months. Tell me, would there not be madness on the road?
All right.
Would there not be carelessness? We'll throw a lot of caution to the wind. So there's nothing mystical, there's nothing cynical, and there's nothing killing about the Ember month. It's just our attitude, it's just our behavior and our inability to plan. And that's why in Trace, at times like this, which we've always been doing, what we do essentially is that we preach the gospel of safety in a much more different way.
All right.
Like I said, there's nothing different about those months. It's you and I that have labeled it. Okay?
Because like you explained now, what people have not been able to achieve in 8 months now, they're not
even 9 months. Yes.
They will not be like 2024 is going,
you
I have just 4 months,
so,
I have to do this, I have to build my house, I have to buy a new car, I have to do this, and people becomes,
that's just it.
Okay.
There's a lot of madness. Okay?
On the road,
especially on the road, and that's the time you also have a high volume of vehicular and human traffic. The road is very, very busy. people are traveling from one end to another, especially those that comes from the eastern part and the north and the middle belt. Most of them are Christians that are domiciled either in Lagos or any part of the southwest. They want to travel down to meet their people. So there is this heavy flow of human and vehicular traffic. Some cannot go through their private vehicles, and some will go through commercial vehicles, luxury buses and all whatnot. And it is filled. And unfortunately, most of these commercial operators, they are more about the profit than the safety, as it were. Yes, they are more about the profit. Because take, for instance, you know that your vehicle is not top notch. It can't go more than 2 trips. But because you've seen a quantum of people wanting to leave, you now be saying, let me go 5, 6, even 7 trips. You know the condition of your vehicle. Your lighting system is not working well. You don't have a wiper. The rainy season is still here. Your tires are gone. Unfortunately, you still be driving at 120, 140 kilometers per hour with Tokumbo tires.
40 vehicles.
So, if anything happens, do you say, and that's why we're also saying that in this our climb, we don't have accidents. What we have essentially are crashes, because there's a difference between a crash and an accident.
So what's the difference?
The difference is that an accident is an unforeseen occurrence. It's unforeseen. It just happened by chance. I'll give you an instance. Take, for instance, you are driving on a highway, on expressway, bushes are around the path, and you have trees all over too. Some of those trees may be weak because of time. Anytime you have an earthquake or a lightning, it can just strike and may hit the tree if the tree falls on the roadside. And at that time, you may also be driving. If anything happens, you can hit it or just, bounce on your car.
Or your vehicle, yeah.
You didn't cause it. It does happen by chance.
Okay.
That's something you can't help.
Yeah.
But a crash is a foreseen occurrence. Okay. You've foreseen it, but your inability to do something about it leads to it. I'll give you an example.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. You know your brake system is not working very well, and you're driving on the road.
Let me manage it. I'll fix it. Maybe by evening I'll go and see my brake.
We always manage things in this part of the world, and that has been our greatest undoing. Your lighting system is not working. Your wiper is not working, and it's raining. If it's raining and your wiper is not working, how do you do it, my brother? How do you see your front? Because you use all your senses to drive in the first place. Eyes to see, nose to smell, your ear to hear, hand on the wheels, buttocks on the seat, leg to accelerate. If there's any impairment in any of these senses, then you shouldn't be on the road. Some of us are even hydrophobic by nature. We have this fear of water. Anywhere you see pool of water and you are driving and you don't have somebody by your side.
And some people have poor sight. They are not using glasses and they'll be driving at night.
You understand? So these are a whole lot of issues. When if anything happened because of this, you are the cause of it.
So those are crashes.
Those are crashes. And that is what we have on Nigerian roads. They are crashes, they are not accidents. You only have a few cases of accidents because it's something we caused. It's deliberate. You are driving.
What of overspeeding? Is that a crash?
It is also overspeeding when you overload your vehicle. Some of them don't know some of the demerits of these things. When you overload your vehicle, for instance, in these days of fuel shortage and higher price and all whatnot, once you overload your vehicle, either with human beings or passengers or commuters or with loads, it has its toll on the vehicle because there are already specifications for the quantum of load that a vehicle can carry. If it carries beyond that, it's going to affect your tire. Okay? You are consuming more fuel because you are using more energy to drive that vehicle, especially when you are ascending, not to talk of descending. Okay?
All right.
So you also affect your gear, especially those who are using manual. You see 2 or 3. The driver, some even sit, with their laps in between the gear.
Yeah.
You understand? And before it affects. It's a whole lot of issues. We are the cause, and that's why we say the greatest challenge to safety on our roads is you and I, as road users. You, the man, because there are 3 causes of accident anyway, of crashes. Beg your pardon. The man, human factor, the vehicle, which is the mechanical factor, and the road, which is the environmental factor. So out of these 3, man stands so tall like a like an iroko tree.
Let me cut in at this point because even though the writing must be done regardless,
yes,
but as a professional, I want you to also advise people because these are very tough times. To even feed is a problem for people, and of course, like a commercial driver, he still has to go on those trips. Still have to feed his. He still has to feed his family and all that. When you are now preaching, don't overload. Make sure that all your vehicles are in proper condition. Make sure that your papers are in order. And some of them will tell you, how do you want me to feed my family? How will you advise such a person as a professional?
Firstly, anything you do, whatever you do or you are engaging or you engage in, let the fear of the Almighty guide you.
All right.
Let it be your topmost priority. You can't say, because if you do otherwise, I told about greed, selfishness, high-handedness. Is all about me. That is a wrong approach to life.
Okay.
Once the fear of the Lord is there, you always make a way. It's the belief, except you don't believe it. You can't say because you want to make money at all cost, and you are now exposing the lives of those you are going to make money from, exposing their life to danger and risk. That kind of money will not fetch you anything, will not take you anywhere. You'll be surprised when certain things starts happening. It's karma now, because you don't know the kind of people you are carrying. You don't know at all. So you don't need to toy with their lives. You don't need to do, because if you do that, worst thing will come to you. So have the fear of the Lord. Secondly, it's even good for your own safety too, because you think you are exposing those people's life to danger and risk. What about your own life? Don't you have dependents? Don't you have people that look up to you? Once you are gone, how do you want those people to live and survive? And that's where we have so many miscreants on our streets, in the corner, everywhere. We have some, because they don't have people that's going to take care of them. And those who take care of them, they are gone. So they have to find other ways and means to live and to also be a part of the society. But they're also contributing to the insecurity and to the safety we have, which is also challenging in our nation today. So have the fear of God, and also believe that whatever you do, no matter how small or minute, okay, you make a way. Don't let this belief of greed, me, be at the center point, because it's not good. It won't take you anywhere.
All right, moving on. Let's talk about the records. Because checking Tree's record for last year, I can see that we were told by your agency that we had 192 people that actually died all through 2023, and we had around 29 that got injured. That question is going to be in two legs. Number one, like I said, you've been in this business for about 2 decades, if not around that 2 decades, which I know. So you've seen it all. Looking at that statistics of last year, because I know we are still in September, so you still be collating the statistics for this year. This year has not ended. Looking at the previous record, maybe 2022, 2021, that of 2023, was there a decrease in number of death and injuries from this road accident and all that? Are we making progress in terms of our safety on the road in the last couple of years?
Yes, we are definitely forward ever, backward never. I must say that since the commencement, or since the establishment or coming on board of Trace in Ogun State, there has been more awareness.
Okay.
There has been people are becoming more, they've become more sensitized and better informed about the issue of safety, as it were. Okay, because I remember those days, those years gone by, when Ogun State was labeled the mortuary of Nigeria on the highway. Now it was labeled a very, very gory, label.
And I think even the complaint about Trace has reduced. Probably, maybe people are now trying to understand Trace better. Or is it that your personnel are even getting more, doing the job better than they do?
No, it's everything. It's the totality of everything. You understand?
Anyway, before we get to that, maybe let's finish this issue of the progress that
yes,
we've made.
Okay, we've made progress definitely, because like I said, people are better informed, even though we are not what we hope to be.
All right.
But certainly we've made an impact and we've made an impression in people, in the minds of road users and even the general public, as it were. Because the fear of trade is always the beginning of wisdom. And unfortunately, people are also saying that we are not doing enough compared to last mile in Lagos, blah, 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 blah. But it is even beyond that. Trace is unique and different. Even in the name, traffic compliance and enforcement is 2 into 1. Compliance in the sense that we educate. It is primary. Even in the 4 E's of traffic management: engineering, education, enforcement, and evaluation. Those 2, enforcement and educational enlightenment, is very key and central. You just don't.
That's another thing that I want you to break down. But let's continue with the progress. Let's continue with the progress. I have 2 pending questions now.
There is no problem. The progress we are making progress. But the thing is that most of the crashes that we experience, especially last year, there was a decrease. Okay. Last year there was a decrease, even though we still had more crashes. Okay. There was still a decrease compared to the previous year. Yes, because in fact what made that one higher was the fact that when as a commercial operator, a luxury, you have more passengers, more commuters in your vehicle, and when you have crashes like that, there's a tendency for more people
to get injured
and die compared to when you are driving, maybe yourself and your immediate family. It's much more lesser, even though last year we had more crash situations, but with less fatality.
Okay.
You understand? So that's very key and central, and we are also building on that.
How has it been this year in terms of building on what you had last year?
Building on it's still fair.
Okay.
It's still fair because of the fact that comparing the first 6 months of this year to last year,
okay,
the fatality has also reduced.
Okay.
The fatality has also reduced, but we still have more of those crashes.
Okay.
You understand? But we'll have a good picture by the time we end the year, so to speak. Maybe I hope to also come here maybe by December.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to that.
When we're in the heat of the Ember month itself.
I'll look forward
to
be able
to do a better comparison of
review.
Okay, so there's no problem about that.
All right. Okay, let's go to the 4 E's that you mentioned of traffic management.
Yes, there are 4 E's. That's first is engineering. Engineering has to do with the road construction.
Okay.
Construction.
And that's why some people also complain about bad roads. That when you are blaming the drivers, what about the roads? It's not your purview anyway. It's not your purview.
We still come to that. Like I said, man is central, is key to safety on our roads.
Okay.
All right, no matter how you want to look at it. But I'll come to that. If the engineering is the other one, that's number 1. Construction and the road furniture you also put there, road furniture and all whatnot. Then after having constructed the road, you need to teach people and inform them,
okay,
and expose them, enlighten and sensitize them on how to use the roads. That's where the second key, which is enlightenment and education, comes in. It's very, very key and central.
And I tell you, a lot of drivers don't know the traffic rules. That's the truth.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but because we know that the highway code should be your Bible or your Quran, exactly, especially when it comes to road traffic matters.
Some people will be wrong on the road and they will still be abusing the person that is right.
That's unfortunate too. Ignorance everywhere. So after education, we now come to enforcement. Okay. You just don't enforce without educating, because they don't know. But once you've educated and they still run foul of the law, then you need to enforce, so that they can know that what we are doing is not a tea party. It's not a tea party here, because what you are likely to experience is grave than what you imagine. Yes, some of them have not been exposed to road traffic crash before. If you've been exposed to road traffic crash, or someone very close and dear to you, then you know that you take safety very, very seriously.
It's a thin line between life and death.
It is. And even the number one killer in Nigeria today is road traffic crashes. It's road traffic crashes. It's not because you still have
when there is life, there is hope.
Even beyond that,
Okay.
you still have the chance of living.
All right.
If you have malaria, you have typhoid,
All right.
even cholera and everything, if you go to see a doctor or you're exposed to medical assistance, you still have the chance to live. But if you are involved in a crash,
And it's fatal.
a special, that's what I'm saying. It's even if it's serious, because we have three of them.
Okay.
Fatal, serious, and minor. Minor is just maybe when part of the vehicle is damaged. Part of the vehicle is damaged. Serious, the vehicle is damaged. You're also injured.
Okay.
But fatal, you lose your life, you are injured, and the vehicle is also damaged. Okay? There are so many people that have become vegetables. They become vegetarians. They can't walk. They can't do anything. It's because of road traffic crashes. So road traffic crashes is the number one killer in Nigeria today. And as I'm talking now, every 2-3 minutes somebody is dying.
Wow.
Yes, of course. So
Due
that's
to road crashes.
due to road, of course now. And if they don't see immediate response or assistance on the road, because once you lose blood beyond a certain level, you are gone. You are gone. So after the enforcement, we now come to evaluation.
All right.
We also evaluate in the sense that we look at the methodology and approaches we've or rather we are displaying. Are they giving us the right and accurate results? If they are not, then we also need to think beyond the box and see other ways and measures that we can use,
All right.
to prevent crashes, to minimize death, and to minimize injury. So that's evaluation.
All right.
So those four are very, very key and central, and it guides us.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. At this point, I will take a commercial break. Then we'll return, and the studio line is still open. The 070-69-914-794. This is something that touches everybody. We all go on the road, either in commercial vehicles or personal vehicles. We apply the road, so I expect a lot of people to actually call in. Unfortunately, our major studio or one of our studio lines is not working. We apologize for that, but the other one is still working. You can still call on that 070-69-914-794 070-69-914-794. That is the studio line that is working. The other one 09048, that one is not working, so call on that one that I've called out, and you can also be part of it on our Facebook page at Type Smash 88.1 FM. There you get to see us live, and you can drop your comments. We have our first caller on the program. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Liberty. Thank you.
Okay.
My question goes to the gas from trade.
Okay.
Don't you think that the level of your discussion will not capture those, in particular, the commercial vehicles drivers? I think the discussion is on the high side. I think you should come down a little so that you can carry everybody along. I quite agree that it's an English program, but language, you should come down on the language.
Okay.
And go along with you. Number two, sir, your people, do they have the right to check for particulars of the car?
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think the point is making is that we are speaking big grammar. That maybe we should break it down. That even though it's an English program, that we should break the grammar down. Then it was talking about the fact that whether your personnel actually have the rights to check vehicle particulars. But before you answer, we need to take a commercial break. So when we return, you respond to that question, and maybe we'll see how we can break down the grammar a bit. All right. So let's quickly take this commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Smash 88.1 FM. Feel it. Feel good. A brighter tomorrow begins with smart choices today. With the Union Correct account from Union Bank, you get to secure your tomorrow and get rewarded while at it. You can start saving with just 5,000 Naira monthly and enjoy fantastic interest rates. Yes, you can save as low as 5,000 Naira. That's not all. Every 6 months, you stand a chance to win amazing cash prizes of up to 500,000 Naira. Correct! Make that move. Open a Union Correct account today. To get started, visit any Union Bank branch or log on to our website at www.unionbankng.com for more information. Terms and conditions apply. Union Bank, your simpler, smarter bank.
ẹ ǹlẹ́ o ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa fífúnni jẹ́ ìmọrírì àti pé fífúnni pẹ̀lú àmúlò dátà lórí fóònù rẹ ṣe àfihàn rẹ̀ jọ̀rẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n ṣá ìjọ dáàbòbò dátà lórí fóònù rẹ bí ìwọ̀nyí ni àwọn ọ̀nà tí o lè gbà dáàbòbò dátà rẹ bí o bá ń fún èèyàn lò nípasẹ̀ hotspot. Lo àwọn nọ́mbà tó jẹ́ mímọ̀ fún ìwọ nìkan láti ti hotspot rẹ fún ìdáàbòbò dátà rẹ lọ́wọ́ àwọn ajínigbé dátà lò. Bákan náà rí i dájú pé o ṣe àyípadà ìdáàbòbò nọ́mbà rẹ password lóòrèkóòrè kí o bá ṣòro fún àjèjì láti lò. Fún ìdí èyí jẹ́ kí àwọn olólùfẹ́ rẹ jẹ àǹfààní dátà rẹ nítorí pé ó ti wà lábẹ́ ààbò tó péye. Lọ sí ojú òpó ayélujára fóònù rẹ tàbí ti consumer.ncc.gov.ng fún ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé. Ìkéde yìí wá láti ọ̀dọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ àwọn tó gbàwé àṣẹ fétò ìbáraẹnisọ̀rọ̀ àti àjọ tó ń bójútó àmúlò ẹ̀rọ ayélujára lẹ́ka ìbáraẹnisọ̀rọ̀ NCC.
ẹ kú jókòó ẹ̀yin ènìyàn wa. Bàbá ìdùnnú nígbà gbogbo ní rẹ́rìn-ín músẹ́ ohun gbogbo tó dáwọ́lé àṣeyọrí tẹ̀lé bóyá ṣẹ́ ògbìn ni o. àṣeyọrí. ìṣòwò àtòhun ìní owó ńkọ́. àṣeyọrí. àwọn ọmọ rẹ̀ o. àṣeyọrí. Bàbá ìdùnnú ẹjọ́ ẹ fọ̀nà hàn wá.
Lóòótọ́ ni ìgbésí ayé ti dáa fún mi. Leadway Assurance ní iléeṣẹ́ náà. Fọdún pípẹ́ ni wọ́n ti ń ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ dúró iṣẹ́ ọ̀gbìn mi, ilé ìtajà aṣòwò mi, ilé gbígbé mi, ọkọ̀ ayọ́kẹ́lẹ́ mi àtàwọn ohun ìní mi gbogbo. Nítorí náà nígbàkúgbà tó ń fún un bá fẹ́ yíwọ́ wọ́n á ṣàtìlẹ́yìn fún mi láti padà bọ̀ sípò. Nídìí èyí tẹ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ láti dàbí bàbá àdùnnú níbo ló yẹ kẹ́ ẹ lọ.
Ẹ pè Leadway lórí àwọn ago ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọ̀nyí 0812-999-7096 tàbí 02-012-800-700 láti gbádùn ààbò lórí ìṣòwò rẹ, iṣẹ́ ọ̀gbìn àti ilé ìtajà ìṣòwò rẹ gbogbo. Leadway Assurance à ń ṣe àbídájú ìdùnnú láti ọdún 1970.
Talawa, unstoppable. Got the DNA to be unstoppable. Àwa jẹ́ unstoppable. Tó kọjá unstoppable. Together we are strong. Naija moves on. Àwa jẹ́ unstoppable.
88.1 FM. Feel it. Feel good.
Alright, welcome back. It's still Smash Lens on Smash 88.1 FM, and today we are looking at safety on the road. And I have in the studio with me the spokesman of the Ogun State Traffic Compliance and Enforcement Corps, Trace Commander Babatunde Akibi. And together we've been taking a look at issues around safety on the road. The studio line is still open for you to be part of it. The number, I'll try to take the number slowly because I know you are just getting used to this particular one. So the number is 07069914794. 07069914794. That is the number for you to call to be part of the program. You can also be part of it on our Facebook page. Go to Facebook, type Smash 88.1 FM. You get to see us live in the studio. And most importantly, you have the opportunity of dropping your comments on the Facebook page. Akorede Kamil, I've seen your message. I'll soon take your message on the Facebook page. So you can also do that by doing same like what Akorede Kamil did on the Facebook page. All right. Moving on, Commander Akibi, before we went on that commercial break, there was a call that we received, and talking about the grammar, I don't know, we see what we can do, but I don't know how we can break it down more than that. But it's a request from you. We try to be simple, particularly Commander will try to be simple with his language, but I think it's been simple too. Anyway, there's still also important question that he asked. He said, does your personnel, do they have the rights, are they covered under the law? Is it in their purview to actually check vehicle particulars?
Yeah, thank you very much. We have the legal right and backing
all right
to check all vehicle papers.
Okay.
I've also experienced some of those things. The people always ask, does your man? We have that right, backed by law. The law that established states in 2005, as amended 2007, it gives us that right to check. Because our belief and assumption is that, for you to be driving on the road in the state or any other place as it were, okay, something must give you that legal backing to be able to do that.
Okay.
Because if you commit any infraction or you commit any offense, so that I don't use grammar again, if you commit any offense, okay, if you commit any offense, the first thing is that, and we know that, don't you know you should not commit this offense? Because there is a legal backing in form of a document, might be your driver's license, your vehicle papers, everything is there for you. So once we assume that you must have that legal backing and you commit that offense, the thing is that we say there is a primary offense and there is a secondary offense. The primary offense, take for instance, you don't you don't have your seat belt on.
Okay.
Your seat belt. Okay, or you are making a call while driving, and we see you. Okay, we'll just flag you down.
Okay,
you've committed an offense, which is primary.
Okay.
But we now want to know that do you even have those papers that qualifies you to drive?
Okay.
Because if you have those papers, you must know that you shouldn't be driving and be making calls, and that is the secondary offense. Okay. So we have all those rights. Some will say,
so whether the secondary offense is when you now check the papers, the particulars,
of course,
you are the driver.
Of course. That's where we do that.
Okay.
And everything, Trace and other another state road traffic agencies, came to being as a result of the FRSC's demand and desire, because they can't do everything. All right. Nigeria is 36 states. How many of FRSC officials do you have in Ogun State, for instance?
All right.
How well can they penetrate the nooks and crannies of the state?
Okay, let me quickly ask this question. Where do we draw the line, or the lines, if it is more than one line, between the role or the constitutional duty of the Federal Road Safety Corps, the FRSC, and the State Traffic Agency, in this case, TRACE, the Ogun State Traffic Compliance and Enforcement Corps? Where do we draw the line? What is the difference? What's your own jurisdiction? What's their own jurisdiction for the purpose of education?
TRACE and FRSC complements each other.
Okay.
There is nothing that FRSC does that TRACE does not do.
Okay.
Okay. The only thing that is a difference there per se is the fact that you don't see FRSC in the metropolis.
Okay.
That controls traffic.
Okay.
That does traffic control.
Okay.
Understand? Essentially, theirs is more on the highway.
Okay.
Where they ensure safety.
Okay.
Preach the gospel of safety.
Okay.
Attend to emergency situation on the highway.
Okay.
There are so many highways.
Okay.
But having said that, they still have, once you complement yourselves.
Okay.
Trace cannot be everywhere at the same time.
Okay.
FIC cannot be at the same way every time. Okay. Even the traffic police cannot be everywhere at the same time. At times when issues or challenges rear their ugly head, when they happen like that, it is the first person that is called, if they are not there, that can attend to it.
Okay.
Because they are also into road safety and safety management. All right? So whatever they do, we also do.
Okay.
You understand? But the thing is that as the bigger brother, they have the federal might in terms of some of the things
they do.
They do. So there is no, we are here at least
to synergize and collaborate.
Of course, the new sector commander, Corps Commander Akinwumi Fashakin, came to Trace headquarters on a courtesy visit to Trace Commander and Chief Executive, Commander Asheni Oguyemi, and that shows the synergy, the collaboration, and the understanding, and the spirit of comradeship that works or that comes to play in whatever that we do.
All right, another question that I said, because I didn't forget, there was a time I said I had two questions kept for you. That question is the fact that, these days, from personal opinion, I realized that the complaints that we've had against your personnel have actually reduced. Personal opinion. So I'm now wondering, is it that people are more enlightened, or is it that your personnel have become more professional? From your own perspective, what do you think has happened?
The thing is that, one, more professional, more humane,
Okay.
and also firm.
Okay.
Yes. Whatever we do now is being done with human face.
Okay.
We know we are all challenged. But in spite of that, we shouldn't close our eyes. When
the right thing's being done.
Of course, now. So we shouldn't close our eyes completely, even though we are also human beings. All right? When you are going unnecessarily too far, and what you are doing can also affect the lives, the business, the property of people around you, okay, then we don't need to close our eyes.
All right.
We are more professional,
More humane.
more humane, more responsible and reasonable.
All right.
Okay, and we also carry the people along.
Okay.
Okay, they are our internal publics that we work with, so we must also carry them along, and that's why we've also used some of the PR strategies to be able to bring them on board. Take, for instance, we have what we call the Trace Whistleblower Initiative. We cannot be everywhere, so we have a dedicated line that people can call anytime they see or they notice any unusual occurrence or happening on the roads. Maybe it's an accident, maybe it's a traffic gridlock, maybe it's an obstruction. Just call us. Once you call us, we'll attend to it immediately. In the next 10-15 minutes we are there. But our own Trace whistleblower, we don't give money. Okay, no,
it's important you state it.
Of course, we don't say, we call them, they say our own whistleblower, we don't give money.
Okay.
It's a service that we are both rendering, because we know that safety on our roads,
service to humanity.
yes, safety on our roads is a shared and collective responsibility. It's not the duty of Trace alone. Okay, and we also have the Trace Mayor, like you said, that's the voluntary arm of Trace. So we have so many platforms.
I think you also have one for the secondary school students.
Yes, that's the Trace Club.
Club, okay.
That's the Trace Club. So everything, we are using all of them, to ensure that our people, the general public, particularly the motoring public, are carried along in the safety drive, because safety is key and central. And remember too, is the #1 killer in Nigeria today.
All right, I want you to fill us with that number for the whistleblowers, but before then, let me quickly take these messages on our Facebook page. Talking about the messages, Chinko. Let's quickly take them. All right, one is from Akorede Kamil at Debayo, and this is what he said. I think he's just complimenting what you said earlier. He said, okay, we have a call. Let me pick the call. I'll come back to the Facebook page. Let's pick this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. My name is Adeni Regolu.
All right. Okay.
Sir, I would like to know, sir, the relationship with your organization and traffic warden. The traffic warden, do they have a right to check for particulars?
Okay.
Because I'm listening to programs that Nigeria police said that traffic wardens don't have that right. You just said now that you have that right. And there's no problem with that. I just want you to enlighten people and we can get to know.
Okay.
Because sometimes when the traffic warden stop me, I tell them, you don't have the right for my particulars. You have the right.
All right, because of our time, sir, you've made your point. He's going to react to that. All right, thank you so much. Anyway, before Commander Kibi reacts to that, let me take what Akorede Kamil Adebayo is saying. And like I said, I think he's just complimenting what you said earlier. He said the truth is that there is usually an increase in the tempo of public, private, and corporate activities during the period, talking about the Ember month. Many organizations are involved in the frenzy of the season as they organize various end of the year events during the period. Therefore, for obvious reasons, the roads become busier, and the tumultus of festivity usually compounds matter. The so-called Ember months are not really spiritually jinxed. All right, that is from Akorede Camille. Adebayo Shone Yetude also wrote, good morning. I want to appreciate you and the Trace PRO for this enlightenment. I want you to, Chinko, you are too fast. I want you to make this education and enlightenment to be taken to the car parks so that the message will sink down their minds. I know Trace do that. I've covered quite a number of your enlightenment programs. This person is suggesting that you take it to car parks, and I know you do that. I've covered countless number of that.
You that's a lot.
Yeah, I know.
We're not even focusing more on that presently.
Okay.
What we are focusing more, as the Ember months evolves now, is the fact that we'll be going more. We've been doing that too, more to the churches, more to the mosque, even the traditional worshippers,
religious centers.
Religious centers, because
more religious
of course, even to the manufacturers and to the schools. Because the schools, most of the peoples there are vulnerable. When you have crashes that happens, those that are involved most, that experience worse situations, are the youth. From the ages of 15 to about 40 or thereabout, because they move more than and they are the ones that they experience most of these fatalities and unfortunate situations.
All right. I know you are not you are not the police spokesperson, you are not PPRO, but it's asking you if you have idea. I think it's looking at the fact that you are in the business of traffic management too.
Yes.
That does the MTD, the traffic warden of the
Why
police.
won't
Do they have the right to check
MTD? The MTD is an arm of the Nigeria Police.
That do they have the right to also check?
They have the right. That's the Motor Traffic Division. Everything that has to do with safety on the roads is they have the right to do that. That's why they say they are MTD. All right, Motor Traffic Division. They have the right to do that.
To check,
They have the right.
All right. Finally, before I let you go, you spoke about the whistle blowing. That there's a number that people can call to actually. Can you avail us with that number?
There's a toll free 112 that you can call, and you can also call 080 62 703 568.
Please call the numbers again. Sorry, before you call it, this number is telling us that you can make a whistle. You can be a whistleblower in case you see a road crash or
there's
any
obstruction on the road.
Anything that has to do with road safety. You can call this number.
Yes.
So once again, call the numbers.
There's a 112 toll free line. You can also call these other one 080 62 703 568. Okay, 080 62 703 568. There's also another one you can also call. And this one is 080 34 919 165. 080 34 919 165.
All right, thank you so much, Commander Babatunde Akibi, for honoring our invitation to actually enlighten our people. I know a lot of people have been enlightened. And another topical issue, and that will be with Raf Enison. Until then, my name is Sanusi Latif. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a lovely week ahead. Bye for now.
Enjoy the music.